I was asked once, what is one of my keys to success? And without even thinking, I just said failure. The reason I find myself to be successful is because I fail. Not that I'm a failure. No, that's wrong. I fail a lot. And keeping with that, I succeed because I fail a lot. And through failure, I learn. And through failure, I become better. So if you succeed all the time, you don't know when to improve or to become better. This video is about my failures for 2024, not personal, obviously, because those failings are innumerable, but my business failings. So strap right in. I'm a digital marketer by trade. I've been doing this for the last 14 years, and I'm very proud of the work I've done. Or rather, I'm going to give you instances where I feel I should have been a bit better or more proactive. You should know certain failures are not loud, certain failures are not in your face, certain failures are subtle. They're small missteps, misgivings here and there. And then they turn out to be such a huge problem later on in the period of, a course of time. So let me tell you about my quiet failures that cost my business to be as successful as it should be. In the year 2026, the first thing I'm gonna have to learn to do is to say no. Sometimes I get to be super aggressive and run after every opportunity that's been thrown my way. And I should be cautious and careful by saying no. Not that I don't want the money, not that I want the business, not that I don't want to expand my portfolio or our portfolio. The reason is sometimes what you're being asked for is not in line with who you are as a person, in line with what you're trying to do. It's not right for you. Let me give you an example. This is things people can do and they're okay with. Personally, I have struggles selling it. Like, I have a lot of misgivings for Forex. There's absolutely nothing wrong with Forex, but with my experience, with my ethics, I'm not a fan of selling Forex because I don't really enjoy or believe it's how it works. For example, for you to make money, that means somebody else is losing money. In principle, I'm not okay with that. So that's an example of something I should say I would have said no to. Another example is I met a client last year and they wanted help with their digital marketing campaigns. And I knew from the beginning we're not a right fit because as soon as we started working, we started butting heads, started having silly conversations, silly confrontations. Then my professionalism was being questioned or my ethics was being questioned. It was like, I knew from the beginning this was a bad idea. And eventually I had to fire the client because like, nah, this is not worth it. And what worst part is it wasn't worth money. It's not a good, it was not a good fit for me and not good for her. And then the problem is after the whole experience, we both got a bad taste in our mouths. Now she'd have problems trusting digital marketers or digital marketing. And at the same time, I have misgivings or opinions about her as a person, which should not have been so. And I'm going like, thanks, but no thanks. What you're looking for is not something I can provide for you. Please find somebody better who can do it for you. Mistake number 2 that I did in the course of 2025 that should have been something I should be very aware about is not following up. I know the value of following up. There are times I have followed up people insensitively until they became tired of me. I'm like, okay, please, just delete my phone number, delete my email, forget about business. But there are instances where I have been lazy. I have not followed up with opportunities. When I'm asked to provide or send a proposal, I take my time because I feel like that this is not the right opportunity for me, or I'm just lazy or lethargic. Or sometimes, honestly, the biggest challenge with some opportunities is maybe they come at the wrong time and I'm maybe overwhelmed or I'm busy with other stuff. I forget to follow up with these opportunities. I realized through the course of the year, there are some people or some businesses that I failed because I wasn't aggressive enough. I didn't have a structure. I didn't have ways of ensuring that each and every person that I'm communicating with, there's a system where I can follow up and see where we are in the business, where we're going, and how I can help them. And that's one of the challenges. So this year, I'm going to purpose to ensure that every opportunity that lands on my email, every opportunity that lands on my phone, every other thing that happens, I'm able to, keep track, follow up, and then chase everything to its natural conclusion. My third mistake is also a subtle mistake, is losing focus. Every year I have a goal. Every 6 months I review my goals. Every quarter I have to review my goals to see where we are, where I am, where I'm going, and how things are working out. But I remember there's a period of time or a couple of months during the course of last year that I was taking a couple of L's. Things were not working out that I wanted. I was losing clients left, right, and center, and I didn't refocus, or I didn't set true north soon enough. I got lost in the weeds and I was unable to look at the big picture. I was kept running, chasing my tail, looking for opportunities here, looking for opportunities there, looking for funding to pay for A, B, and C, or clearing for salaries. And then I forgot, or rather my alignment was not set. I know I have a plan. This year I have a plan for 2026. I know what I'm going to do. I know I'm going to take my business. I have goals. And I love how every week, every month, every year is a reset to see where you are and where you're going. And there's a place where I realized I lost focus. So I had to recenter and go like, okay, this has happened, this has happened. It was part of the plan. Like you knew you had goals, and then on top of that, you knew they're gonna have challenges. So how do you stay focused on your goals? How do you stay more clear? How do you have clarity in whatever you're doing versus what's going on around you or the world standing upside down? Even this year, I know it's going to be a challenge. I'm sure tomorrow there'll be a spanner thrown in the mix. I'm sure tomorrow there'll be this new problem. The world is funny. The world is interesting, rather. So I should learn how to take the hits, while at the same time, big picture, focus on the big picture. Where I want to take the business, where I want to take myself, where I want to be. So yeah, that's stuff I need to be very careful about, being focused. I have been guilty of this mistake for the longest, lack of communication, or rather poor communication skills. Sometimes I get stuck or so much in my head, I forget that I have not communicated with my employees. I have not communicated with my clients. I haven't communicated with my partners where I want to go, what I'm doing, or what to expect. And then I am magically assuming that they know what I'm doing. I'm magically assuming they trust me. I'm magically assuming that they have an idea of what's going on. And that has proven to be false, because several times I remember in the course of the year, I've been asked, did you say this? Like, I didn't say that. I'm sure I did. Like, no, you did not say that. Then I try to prove a point, like, yes, I'm sure I told you. I go through my emails, I go through my communications, I go through my texting, my WhatsApps, and then I realize, like, oh my God, I forgot. And that's been a serious problem on my part. So this year, I don't know how I'm going to learn to overcome that. I think I need to keep abreast or update every partner that I'm working with. That includes employees, that includes my clients. What I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it, what are the deliverables. And then in the course of a week, I think I should be doing like every day, every other day, just refer and reflect to see if we're in the same mind space, like if you have the same expectation, or is there something I'm not saying? Because sometimes when some campaigns don't work, or you're having issues with your person, you realize there's a communication gap. Like they wondering, like, it's been a month, what has happened? It's been a few weeks, what has happened? Or how is the current campaign running? And you go like, oh my God, you're right, I haven't served you well, I haven't told you what I was doing, I haven't told you the challenges. I think one of the problems is when I'm I have a problem, I'm trying to fix it, then I come up with the problem plus solution. But during those gray areas or gray periods, there's a moment of silence, and I know I should do better and explain, okay, here's where we are. We're having this challenge now. I'm trying to solve this by doing A, B, C, but expect or it should be a success. So yeah, I should learn how to communicate better. In conclusion, or coming to an end with this, what I would say is this is not a video for people to feel sorry for me or to feel sorry for the state of how the industry or how working is. These are small things that I know if I work on, and I know I should work on, I'll be in a better place to serve, most importantly, my clients well, because that's everything for me. My client always comes first. I'll be in a position to build my business and grow our employees, because this is something I really want to do. Ensure that the best played in the market, or if somebody's coming to push them, they have a reason to stay with me other than my charming personality. Every day is a learning, and I own up all my mistakes, and I love my mistakes because it gets me better. So yeah, let's hope for a fun 2026, because this video is being recorded early January, and maybe next year 2027, when I'm reflecting, I'm like, oh, this wasn't done. This was done differently. And with that, I will say get out of here.